Hey, what's up, everybody? Kib here, and today we're going to be talking about the recent developments in the kind of the progressive Paragon story, I would almost say, and just what's been going on. So recently, uh, let's start with Sylphan's thing. So Sylphan has been one of the people who has been trying to be the most positive person in Paragon or something, and just really trying to put out content, really trying to say that the game will thrive and the game will survive. He had Mark Ryan, who is the co-founder and vice president of Epic Games, in his stream chat, and was watching him send a letter to Epic Games, which is defining like all the things that Paragon could change and all this. I'll leave a description to the letter below, so you know. So the fact that Mark Ryan was there, a lot of people have been looking at it and going like, oh, that's interest from Epic Games. There's all this stuff. And I can see a little bit of it, and it's inspired a tiny bit more hope into me. But I don't think that it's anywhere near what we need what we need right now. There's also another clip that I got sent, which was from German. It was the Gameaholics stream. That's what it is. The Gameaholics stream hadn't the Gameaholics guy. I'm not familiar with them, but somebody on the Gameaholics stream was there presenting it. There's an Epic member in the Discord that they were talking about, and rough translation, because they're speaking German, was something like, the game is still going to be progressing, and the game is still going to be updated and all this. And then I think even Magyst on the forums, I don't have a direct quote, but he did say something like, have faith, guys, something, something. And yeah, I'll leave all these in the description below to show all the evidence. And like a lot of people are kind of having a lot more faith now, at least like some of the people who are really, really heavily dedicated into the scene. So let's just kind of talk about it and see like how true and how legitimate these things are. So first of all, with the Sylphan thing with Mark Ryan, it is interesting that he comes into the stream. He doesn't I think he even subbed to him, gave him $10 worth of cheer, cool, or bits, whatever it's called, and he seemed invested in the conversation that was going on, and that is interesting. But I don't really know where to read anything from it, and I think until something happens, I'm really not willing to put stock in Epic, because me and I could think I can speak for the entire competitive scene here. We all feel very, very betrayed in a sense, just because of the expectations that were set and all this stuff, and how it went quiet, and how they're saying that they are transparent and all this, and then we didn't get any transparency. But then when their hand is forced, then they do give it to us. It feels like we really got neglected when we invested so much time, so much money, really did push out content and all this. The Paragon community has been amazing, and I feel like just because he was in the stream chat, just because he is saying things like, oh, really agree with this and that, and just whatever else he said, it's not important to me right now. Well, what's important to me is actual results and actual progress. For me personally, I'm not returning to the game until replays are fixed and at least ranked. I'll 100% come back if there's a LAN. If there's a LAN qualifier, I'll come back today, if that's how it is. But until the devs show interest and actually want to invest in their game, I'm not playing. I'm not playing Paragon. I'm not streaming it, not playing it, nothing. So let's go on to the next thing, which is the Gameaholics stream. So obviously, since I can't speak German, I had to get somebody to translate it for me, and rough translation was cool. So they say that there's a problem, but it's also getting addressed publicly, and they're trying to solve it. And I think the Epic person said, yeah, and they will still continue to develop the game. Now, the important thing isn't necessarily the development of the game, and that might sound strange because it's not necessarily that the game's going to be developed, because you could say that the game's being developed in terms of that it is developed at a certain pace. What's important is that it progresses. It doesn't have to progress at the same pace, but it cannot be put on the back burner. For me personally, at the very least, I know I can probably say for everybody that's actually what it is. You cannot put this game on the back burner, otherwise people will leave, especially with the fiasco that's going on. I would say that even if you come back and do something tomorrow, you would have lost people. If you went and announced the land tomorrow, probably would get a bunch of people and get a lot of hype and all this, but if you don't do anything, you will lose people, and you've already lost quite a bit of people. I think a lot of people won't actually put their faith into Epic after this. And then there brings up the idea that I thought of this idea. What if this whole thing is just like PR damage control? Like everything is just PR damage control. Like I'm putting on my tinfoil hat here, so just like bear with me. But truly, you have to wonder that like ever since Fortnite has become such a big game and is their golden goose or their golden egg, whatever. Ever since it was their golden egg and it really blew up, Epic Games has really been put on the spotlight, and it's really, really important for their shareholders, investors, whatever. It's really, really important to those people that this game truly does succeed. And you see things like TSM coming in or NRG coming in. I don't really follow the scene that much, so I don't know who else has come in. I imagine there's a lot of teams in the scene now. A lot of very, very prominent people are in the scene and prominent names and all this. So considering that, if there's like a blemish on their record, maybe this hurts potential sponsorships. Maybe they do need the damage control this in some sense. And even if they are still planning to shut the game down, and what the date was February or February something, like middle or end of February, I forget. If it still happens, if they can kind of bring this down before then maybe it won't hurt sponsorship or anything. This is something that I considered. Overall, with all these things combined, I'm a little bit more faithful in Paragon's progress or success, whatever you want to call it. I'm a little bit more faithful, but I thought that there was a 5% chance that Paragon would go a little bit farther, and now it's like maybe a 7 or 10% chance. It's really not that much. I look at it and go like, that gives me some faith, but at this point, like I said, I need results. I need progress. Me personally, I can speak for most of the comp scene, for most of my friends. They need progress. We've been promised too much. We've been fucked over too much, to be perfectly honest. We've been lied to too much. We deserve more. We deserve better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like I said, I'll leave all the resources down below, and maybe expect a few more things like this. I think I'm going to be covering other games in my next couple of videos, probably some Paladin stuff, so just watch out for that, and thanks for being here, guys, and I'll see you next time.